नमस्कार, मैं हूं Ashok Vyas और I'm feeling fit because today we will be talking about fitness for excellence with two individuals and they are related to each other, but they are also related to each other with the passion for fitness and in the pursuit of excellence, how fitness plays its role. What is it that makes someone at the age 13 as the black belt for TaeKwnDo? We'll find from Akshay Malhotra, who is joining us here. Akshay ji, स्वागत है आपका. Welcome.
Thank you.
And with Akshay, we also have the pleasure of welcoming someone who has helped many patients with his knowledge of cardiology. So he knows a little bit more about heart than many of us. So, Dr. Abhay,
Namaskar.
are you fit? The way you sit, that also tells you whether you are feeling fine or not. Sometimes our posture dictates the kind of mood with which we react to some stimulants around us. So posture is important as an integral part of the composition of the idea of fitness, perhaps. Let us find out, Akshay, if I ask you to define the meaning of fitness, what would you say?
Well, I think that fitness has not only to do with your physical state of mind, but also your mental and emotional state of mind. You could be physically fit, but if you, for example, have to break a piece of wood for karate, and you're only physically fit, not mentally and emotionally, you won't be able to break that piece of wood. You need to think, you need to have self-confidence, you need to have the emotion of confidence and the mental state that you can do it, that you have the power to do it, and then that's basically fitness, not only physical but mental and emotional.
So when Akshay says the meaning of fitness, you feel charged, you feel positive, and there is an inbuilt sense of attracting success towards you with determination in the definition of fitness, which we heard from Akshay. Is your take on fitness as a doctor slightly different than him?
No, actually I agree very much that you got to be fit physically, plus you got your thinking has to be very optimistic, and physical component is very important. And we nowadays noticing that children, especially in America, the childhood obesity is on the rise and actually has become an epidemic, and this is a big concern. We need to take some measures and do some preventive measure so that kids stay fit, and they are the future of America, so future of America will get bright.
So if future of America is bright, it means it would affect the whole world in some way. In your life, what happens somewhere is related to the cosmos. So we try to focus on the individual. So coming back to Akshay, in order to be fit at your age, what is it that prevents many of your friends or people of your age from staying fit? As he mentioned about child obesity, what is the main cause you think that leads to obesity?
Well, I think that kids these days are stuck on their cell phones, they're eating junk food, McDonald's, Burger King, all that without having enough exercise. They don't have a healthy diet, and their body back posture is different because they're bent down with their cell phones. So they're stuck on their cell phones all the time. They don't have time for exercise. You only need 30 minutes of exercise a day, and you need vegetables, fruits, dairy, and you need all those vitamins and minerals to help grow properly into a man and to go through like life better, basically.
Very nice. Same question to you with a little different. Now, as a parent, of course, the gentleman sitting near you is black belt in TaeKwnDo, and we'll talk more about that part. But in general, same question to you as a parent as well as a doctor, when you have come across people who are on
Absolutely.
that side.
The thing is, me being do cardiology, we do see some diseases which are much more common in obese people. For example, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. So it's a big issue, and there is also a study which has shown kids, those who are obese, about 70% of them will stay obese in their adulthood also. So it is right over here, we should do some prevention to take care of it. I always say that there is a magic number of 5210. What does basically that stand for, if I may? Number 5 means that you have to have 5 servings of fruit and vegetables every day. Number 2 means less than 2 hours of recreational screen time. So TV or iPhone or iPads, average American kid is spending about 7 hours a day for recreational screen time, and it should cut down to 2. 5, 2, and number 1 is that you should do at least 1 hour of physical activity. Could be any kind of activity, exercise, sports, whatever you want to do. 0 for sugary drinks. The best drink for kids is water or low-fat milk. Any kind of sugary drink, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, lemonades, not good for you. So if you follow this 5210 rule, you're going to be fit.
He said this 5210 rule. Some of us now, when we try to recollect what did he say, we probably may not be exactly be able to recollect. So we have different degree of ability to retain the information that comes our way, and that's what we refer to as memory. As far as having good memory is concerned, do you consider, Akshay, somewhere that is a part of being fit? What helps in improving the skill of memory?
Well, I think that memory has a big factor in fitness, because you need to remember that if I only had 1 hour of screen time during lunch, that I can only have half an hour, 1 hour during dinner. So you have to remember that what you had in the past, you can make a list of what you eat, and you can see how many calories your daily intake is. And you can see, okay, I need more calcium, or I need more vitamin D, or I need more vitamin C. And you can see, and this will help you in your daily lifestyle if you keep it going and you make a list, and you will remember what you take in and take out. Now I'm going to show you some basic moves that we use in Taekwondo. So first we're going to start like this, leg across, and we're going to go into ready stance, which is called Jin-B. And now we're going to chamber and do a down block like this, to block someone who's trying to grab in this area. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, down block, who's going to grab in this area. Now, if we want to protect our hair from someone to try to grab it, we can go like this, like an overhead block. So you can come in a front stance and overhead block. Do the same thing with the other hand, on the top hand right here, and you're going to do an overhead block. Now you can come back into Jin-B, take our hand out and chamber like this, step back, and an inside block, which prevents people from coming in this area. So inside block. Same thing on the other side. This hand out and this hand chambers, and then inside block to prevent people from coming from this area. Now you're going to step back and do an outside block to prevent people from grabbing your shirt and pulling you forward. So outside block, come back into Jin-B, same thing, outside block. So those are the basic moves for Taekwondo, those basic blocks. And some people obviously know how to do a punch, so come into ready stance. You're going to step back and do a punch, straight, aiming right here in the center. So straight, punch. And now I can show you some basic stances that we do in Taekwondo. So the first basic stance is a front stance. And for that, you're going to put your back foot back, and you're going to bend your front foot and come into a ready stance like this for a front stance. So see how my front foot is bent and then my back foot is straight. Now we're going to do a back stance, which makes an L with your feet, like this. L with your feet, and you're going to bend your knees, both your knees, and come into ready stance so you can come back and forth and get ready to punch, something like that. Now the next stance is usually for kicks, and you're going to put your front foot over and you're going to get ready for a kick. So you can do a turnaround side kick or something like that. You can do a step behind side kick, and those different types of kicks. So this is called a horse stance. One hand choke and punch. Now you're gonna make sure you grab their arm. You're gonna do a chop. You can do an elbow, and you're gonna go under like this, grab like this, and bring back.
Akshay, please tell us what made you take up Taekwondo. You were just 4, I believe your father took you there, or you felt there is something interesting happening there?
Well, first of all, I wanted to dedicate this part of my interview to my teacher, my Taekwondo teacher, someone named Walter Vendura, who has been in the industry for maybe 50 years, and he's been dedicated for it for a long time. So basically what I was interested, first of all, in Taekwondo and the self-defense moves that they did. So I went in, and after a year or two, I knew that I wanted to achieve the goal of being a black belt. It's not only going up ranks and then being a black belt and start bragging to everyone. It's an art of that you learn discipline, you learn self-control. It's an art of respect and self-confidence. You not only need self-discipline. You need to listen to your instructors and respect your elders. For example, if an instructor tells you to come in line, you should come in line and respect them and listen. But not only that, it's also for discipline and for control, and you need to put your hands at your side when you have to. So it's basically, first you have to get interested, and then you should start to make goals along the way of, okay, I want to get purple belt, or I want to get red belt, maybe brown belt. And then you'll work your way up as like a ladder to get black belt.
So now share with me, initially when you were learning, how was it to work with other students who were probably double your size? Were you scared somewhere that it may harm me?
Well, when I first started, it was a little scary because I was not used to the different types of moves and self-defense moves that they did. They were kids 2 times bigger than me, and you have to overcome your fears. There are always going to be hills in your life, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You will always get over it, and the instructors and black belts will help you get over it. And it's not only that, I was scared in the beginning, but once I got used to the style of it and the way that they did things, then I was more interested and I was more comfortable doing it.
And the way you are instructed to learn the moves, any thing which you feel also contributed in making you mentally more strong? What are those typical recurring instructions that your instructor has given you?
Well, the biggest thing that you should have to succeed in Taekwondo is discipline, self-control, respect, and self-confidence. Those few things that you have to start with and then build up your strength for those qualities. So discipline, you need to get in line when they say to get in line. Self-control, you need to keep your hands at your sides when they tell you to. Self-confidence, break the wood with success. Think that you can do it. Know that you can do it. And respect your elders, respect your teacher, respect your other black belts. So those few qualities can help you be so successful in achieving your black belt in Taekwondo.
So now, when he's coming back with his experience from Taekwondo, was there any difference in his personality, Dr. Abhay, that you felt?
Yes, to some extent, I would say he became definitely more confident, and he has this optimistic thing, yes, that I can do it, I can do it, which is, I think, is a great achievement for all the children. And the other thing which, I still remember, I was there at the function when he got his black belt. He waited this for I think 8 or 9 years, and when he got the black belt, I saw tears of joy, tears of emotion, and he was so respectful to his teacher that thank you so very much for teaching me this thing. So I think for him that was a big achievement.
So now, Akshay, tell me, why you felt that you wanted to be a black belt, and what it took for you to get to this achievement?
Well, you just need to work, you just need to remember to work hard and to know that you can do it. The biggest thing is you need to believe in yourself, self-confidence. During my purple belt stage, I got held back for maybe a year because I didn't have the form right, or I didn't have the self-defense right, but that didn't stop me at all. It was sort of like a fuel for that I wanted to do better, a fuel for motivation that I wanted to do better. And then the next year I did so well, and I got from purple belt to red belt to brown belt, and then all the way up to black belt. And black belt, with the big achievement comes more responsibility, and you need to take on those responsibilities, and you need to be ready to take on those responsibilities and to teach other students about what you've learned throughout your journey.
Now, we're talking about self-defense, but there are occasions when probably you need to attack. Is that also a part of Taekwondo?
Well, first off, if someone tries to harm you, just push their hands away, be like, okay, I don't want to fight, please leave me alone, go fight with someone else. But if they attack again, then you need to act. They're not going to give up to harm you, so that's when you need to block, punch, and make sure they don't harm you. But you need to change their mind. You need to change their approach. So if they were trying to hurt you, you want to change their approach, give them an elbow, give them a punch, to say, okay, I'll back off.
So that's an interesting area, Dr. Abhay, where we know that we are capable of hurting the other person, but we restrain ourselves. So that kind of understanding, when you observe in somebody, and especially that happens to be Akshay, then was there an occasion where you felt proud that he has learned this?
It absolutely, it's a very proud moment for him as well as for me also when I see other kids doing that also. And this is amazing form of self-defense. That doesn't mean that you're going to attack, which is a very good point. I think I'll agree with Akshay that you try to change your opponent to maybe he will change rather than straightway attacking to him. So this is a very amazing form of self-defense.
Now, black belt achievement is a big achievement at the age 13. How was the response of your peers in school who are not actually learning Taekwondo, but they just know that Akshay is also pursuing this form of art? Were there difference in the equation, the way you were communicating with other friends? Was there any bullying happening around you in the school?
Well, first off, I just wanted to say that, once I told them, they were probably amazed because it's a young age to get a black belt, usually at 13. But I just want to say this to everyone who's watching, all the viewers. If you do see a bully bullying someone else, don't just stand by. Stop it. If someone's pushing someone else around, just come up, because that person who's the victim of the bully, he's getting pushed around, but he doesn't have the audacity, he doesn't have the courage sometimes, most of the time, to say, stop bullying me, stop pushing me around. But the other people, you don't want to just be a side watcher for bullying. You want to act, and you want to say, stop bullying him, get your hands off him, and go away.
So bullying is, of course, a big problem in schools and at many places. How you counter that depends on how you look at yourself. Your self-image counts, and if you are confident and you are assured, then you behave differently. What are the basic habits that you would suggest most of us should have in order to stay fit?
As we discussed before also, it's a lifestyle modification. First of all, we always say that whatever amount of food you put on the plate, you only need 1/4 of it. Rest of the 3/4, you need doctors to survive, because the more you're going to eat, you're going to go to doctors. So you have a balanced meal. Those who don't want to do dieting, I always say have a balanced meal, but cut down the portion what you're going to put it on the plate. make sure you have more fruit and vegetables rather than having carbohydrates. Sugars actually are one of the reasons why you get obese or you get overweight or fat. So if you cut back on carbohydrates and sugar, it will help you to lose weight. And there is no rocket science. It's burning more calories and cut down intake of calories. And the way you burn more calorie is, even if it is 15-20 minutes every day or 5 days a week, take some time out, do some exercise. Could be a simple walking, could be just going on treadmill or playing any sport. If you do that, plus watch your diet, you will be on the track. It may take slower path, but eventually you will get there. And as we all get older, especially in women, we know their body metabolism is very slow, so they'll take longer to lose weight, but eventually it'll happen.
I feel like if you have the capability and you have the physical fitness, you have the mental fitness, you have the emotional fitness, you should go and you should set your goals, you should set your standards very high so you can achieve those goals. Even if you're not physically fit, even if you're not emotionally fit, even if you're not mentally fit, I say you can set your standards as high as you want, just make sure that you achieve those goals.
That's very well said, and you want to add something to this?
Yeah, the same thing that, when my daughter went to college, I said that shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll be among the stars. So make sure you have set your goal very high, and then you work for that. It's, I think, inner sense. Everybody has in themselves. The thing is, you have to just bring it out. Bring it out, that's all.
So we set aim for this conversation very high. The aim was to share this sense of awareness of being fit and being motivated to pursue on the path of excellence with the help of our young motivator Akshay Malhotra, black belt at the age of 13 in TaeKwnDo, and very articulate, telling us all about self-defense, self-control, determination, discipline. Thank you very much, Akshay, for doing what you did.
Thank you for having me, and I just want to say thank you to all my viewers and for all the viewers who are watching this, but just to make sure that if you believe in yourself and if you want to do something, go for it.
So we'll go for it, Akshay. Abhay, anything else you want to add?
No, that's all. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. And again, we can talk about this. Childhood obesity is a big problem. We all have to get together and work for it. It's an epidemic. We have to take care of it.
So now the high aim at the moment is that we should address this in our own way and collectively also. And everything starts by becoming aware. So we have taken that first step again today. Once again, thanking. It was such a pleasure for talking to Dr. Abhay Malhotra and Akshay Malhotra. Very good. On that note, with lots of good wishes for excellence in your life. This is Ashok Vyas.